Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Elizabeth Marasco. We are doing day number 17 on the hashtag Beam30 challenge. I'm giving you a tip every day for 30 days on ways to help you grow your business in terms of marketing, events, management, the basics, old school and new school. And this week, I told you I was going to start sharing some ideas with you on different things for technology that you could be using. And I thought that we would actually go to the bare basics. We're going to go old school. And I'm going to tell you about a handy dandy little tool. Blues Clues talks about it all the time. It's pen and paper. And the one thing that I really want to encourage you to do, it's backwards, I should have done it in a mirror, is write it down. Whatever it is that your goal is that you're trying to go after, write it down. Write it down, write it down, write it down. And the reason why is throughout your day, throughout your week, throughout your month, you're going to end up having different things that come up that will distract you from what your goal is, of what you're trying to achieve. We got an airplane flying above, so pardon that for a minute. But you're going to have different things that distract it, just things that come up, or even people that you encounter in everyday kind of life that will have words to say or share that maybe sway your thinking. But if you have it written down, it'll help you make decisions daily that are reflective of what that goal is. Whether that goal is, I want to increase my income by X amount, or I want to sell X amount of units, or I want to gain this much exposure, or increase my market to other states or countries or counties or whatever it is. But start to write it down and be very specific about what it is that you want. If you want to do an increase in your sales or your income, write it down. And this is something that was really interesting is I was watching a video just last night from an amazing online coach named Sandy Kurkowski. You could probably go over to her page. It's still up there from a couple of days ago. But I just saw it last night. And it was about poverty mindset. And it talked about how there are these different things that we subconsciously have in our mind on how we feel about money or success or the things that come from it. It could be things that your parents said to you, or something you saw on a TV show, or something that somebody said to you in the off cue, and it gets buried down deep into our subconscious that drives us. And that goes back to what I was telling you yesterday in yesterday's tip, where through the Think and Grow Rich video, Napoleon Hill was talking about the things that you have on auto tune. It has an impact on your actions and the way that you think and the way that you react and live your life. So you've got to be very careful on who and what you're allowing to kind of tune into your mind, because it does have an impact on where you're taking your company. And so that like poverty mindset, that goes back to how do we feel about money? Are you doing some things to self-sabotage because you have a hang up on money, because you think if you have too much you're greedy, or whatever it might be. But that's something you got to start to identify, and that's where it takes a lot of personal development and the stuff that's outside of the traditional grow your business tips. This is about coming back to yourself to find out, what are your hang-ups? What can you do to change it? Because money is nothing other than a tool for you to transform to what your desires are, of what you're trying to do. That's all it is. It's a tool. It's no different than a wrench or a screwdriver. Is a tool for you to use to do what it is that you're trying to do in life. So I want to encourage you, start counting your blessings. If you have things that are running well for you, start counting your blessings. If you're finding some kind of internal resistance to success as it's coming to you, or pushing to reach these numbers, this is where you got to do some of your own research within and find out, what are these hang-ups that you have? What can you do to change it? And going back to the most important, easy thing that you can do, write it down on a piece of paper. If you have to, take a screenshot of it on your phone, and then remind yourself, with a daily check-in on, I'm getting bit up out here with the mosquitoes. It's so bad this year. But do a checkup to find out, hey, are the decisions that I'm making, is that decision reflective of where, I align with this goal? And if it's not, there's even one on my head. Ouch. But if it's not, that's when you've got to take the time now to make those changes, to make those adjustments. But if you have it written down, it's going to be that constant reminder. What is your goal? And it could be a goal because you want to expand your nonprofit to other areas to be able to help other people, or to expand your sales base, to expand, or, whatever it might be, increase your sales, add a new product line. Write it down and get really specific. And that's when we can get into like some of like that. But we'll talk about more of that, maybe in some other segments. But you got to get down to the bare basics of understanding where you are at mentally and how it's affecting you with your sales. If you got to hang up on making money, you need to ask yourself, what's the deal with that? Is there some kind of hidden, whatever, subconscious thing from your childhood that you think if you're successful, what? But go over to Sandy Krakowski's page and check out that video. I think that I watched it last night, but I think she maybe posted it. It was maybe like a week ago or something. It looked like the date was. And I think it was called Poverty Mindset. If I can find it, I'll come back and drop it in the links below. But it's a little bit of a wake-up call. So while you're going through this stuff, though, remember, you're going to have a million distractions, whether it's hiccups that happen in your process or other people's negativity coming in and filtering a different message to you. Change it. Write it down on that piece of paper, reflect on it, and then find out, is that, that action that you're going to take, that decision you're going to take, does it correlate with what you have on that piece of paper? And if it doesn't, it's time for you to either make a different choice or reevaluate what's your true goal. All right. And again, just remember, money is only a tool. It's like a chameleon. It turns into whatever you want. So take what you want out of life. Just make sure that you're grabbing happiness. That should be the key part in your goal. Something that drives happiness back home. All right. For more videos like this, make sure that you check out #Beam30. And we'll have more good stuff coming up for you this week, too. All right, you guys, take care. See ya. Bye.